Oh shit! What was Usopp doing in this episode? Didn't the dude that the old head look like Usopp? But I found out like when he finally turned into his regular form, he was supposed to be it's a Japanese mythology. It's a some type of demon. What's it called? The Oni or whatever. That's what he was. If you don't know, you probably watch Naruto. He's the guy, the Susanoo, the full Susanoo. When you see them, that's what he is. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up real quick. I think it's called the Oni. That could be wrong though. Let me see. Oh, they got Oni the game. I like Oni the game. That game was pretty good. Oh no, it's no, Oni seemed to be a generic term. What's it, an ogre or something like that? They ain't it. But it was some type of mythology. It's this weird creature that looks like that's what that it don't look like that's the creature he was. And he was pretty strong too. But anyway, to the review, Ushio, he's happy as hell to get a break from them yokai, from the yokai. He was happy as hell. He was in the shop eating, tearing his shit up. Just happy that he wasn't running again. Now, from the get-go, the old head had my spider senses tingling because first off, he's asking personal information, trying to figure out what's going on. Ushio lets him in on the secret, tells him where he came from, how he got the spear. The dude knew about the spear. He said, I need to know about, well, I mean, if he was a regular person, you'd still ask about, what the fuck you doing with this spear? You know, you might not know anything. You wouldn't ask him. You probably would ask him what he's doing with the spear. You wouldn't ask where that spear came from. You know, if somebody say that, then it seems funny. But he asked them personal questions, right? Ushio told him, okay, I found the spear, and yada, 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 and everything. Put him up on game. But what really got my senses tingling was when he went and got the food and gave it to it. He gave him the bag. The dude grabbed the other bag. They exchanged it, and he looked in the bag. He said, "Yo, this ain't no dope." No, I'm joking, but it was an interview with what's his name, Freeway Ricky Ross, where the dude had gave him some drugs, but it wasn't really drugs. It was pancake mix. But anyway, he gave him some bread, and I think it was some water, something like that. And the way the guy just looked at it like this. Like he was confused, like he didn't want to eat. And I was like, uh-oh. That's when I thought, this dude is a yukai. Not only that, he was in the woods. The fuck was he doing in the woods like that? That's what also got me off guard. I even said that in my other review. I was like, what the fuck he doing in the woods? But maybe he lived in the, around that area. Who knows? But when he looked at that food, that was your signal. There was like, this guy is something special about this guy. Anyway, the yukai came back. They came back. The old head was almost got attacked, but when Aoski got attacked, I thought it was him, but it wasn't. So I think they did that on purpose to make you think it was him. But anyway, he got chased out of town. He's saving people's lives, running his ass off. Winds up getting cornered. Then he decided to stand his ground like he was in Florida or something like that. Like he was in Florida. He was a black guy in Florida with a hoodie on, he had to stand his ground. Well, actually, you don't stand your ground over there. That law doesn't work. If you black, that law doesn't apply to you. Go look up the stats. Anyway, right when he got cornered, the Yukai siblings, the two people that he was living with for a minute, that he was renting out an apartment from, they show up just enough to hold his ass down and keep him from getting killed. Just enough. Now, at that point, as he's getting wrecked, I mean, this dude's Aoski is getting wrecked, and so is the the Yukai siblings. They're getting wrecked. Like, I mean, they're getting these Yukais are in their ass knee deep with both feet. Their rectum looks like this right now. No butter, no grease. That's how bad they was getting fucked. At that moment, what's that dude? Hitachi, he shows up. That's Tora's old friend. the dude that was fighting Hakamino Mono, that person. He was fighting along with Tora, Hakamino Mono. He was fighting with him. And he's pretty strong, especially in comparison to these other ones, these other Yukai. The other Yukai is like off-brand compared to him. And he's getting ready to lay pipe. He was going fucking deep. Extra deep. And that's when Tora pops up. But Tora was all in his feelings right before then. He was still in it. He's sitting around waiting, saying, damn, am I going to be the old me or the new me? Old me, new me. His pride kept getting in his way because everybody kept using his pride. They was like, "Oh, what you soft to something like that now? What you can't let a human die?" That's that. And so he was saying, "Damn, should I be prideful? Should I help out? I really don't want to go back to being who I was." You know that was what was going on in his mind. Of course, his conscience got to him. So basically, they're trying to show that Yukai should be able to live peacefully amongst humans. I know what you're saying. Some of the Yukai are evil. Some humans are evil. So what do we do in the event that a Yukai does something evil? Other Yukai take care of that. Remember, before the Yukai were feasting on humans and whatnot, and they would fight each other. They were not comrades or anything like that. But with Hakamino no Mono, whatever, with that thing showing up, they had to band together. Now they live peacefully amongst each other for the most part. Not all of them, but for the most part, they live peacefully amongst each other. So I think that actually helped them. And that actually helped them live amongst humans because they already living amongst each other pretty peacefully. Why can't they live amongst humans peacefully? The only thing is you gotta get the humans on board before the humans, because the humans are scared. Anyway, Ushio and the Yukai siblings, they take a flight, on Air Tora. He shows up, grabs them, and gets out takes the hell off. When they land, as soon as they land, some scary shit happens. I would have shitted myself when that happened. Aoski was scared as hell too. When they landed, everybody just disappeared. Fog came, some thick fog just came out of the blue. Nobody was around. That was some ominous shit, man. If you look up and you see everybody missing and you out in the middle of nowhere by yourself, that's scary. That's scarier than actually seeing the killer. If you see the killer, at least you know the killer right there and you can run. But when you don't know when something might pop up, you paranoid. Anyway, it was a building that appeared there. Ushio walks towards the building, and you could tell Ushio's scared because when somebody told him to come in, he peeped through the door like this. He didn't just walk in; he's peeping like this. The thing told him to walk down the hallway. He's walking down the hallway. He's all scared. He's walking like this. Every 2 steps, he would look, check, make sure nothing jumps out. And the thing says, just come on back. And he said, I'm not going to hurt you. What are you, scared? So Ushio starts acting like he's not scared. He said, nah, I ain't scared. Start walking around like he owns the place or something like that. Goes back, finds out it's this old man. Old man, his guy, he got a nose on him, man. Turns out it was the leader of these the mountain Yukai. The Yukai that lived on that mountain. He's their leader. He summoned Aoski, and he could smell the fear in Aoski. That's how big his nose was. He could smell the fear in Aoski. I think he might be Usopp's grandpa from his mother's side, and that's why his nose that long. But he put the dude with the nose, he put Ushio up on game. He let him know what was going on. He told him about his mom and everything. He told him his mom's name. Ushio explained that he didn't really know his mom, so he didn't have feelings for his mom like that. That's not the reason why he was looking for. He was looking for just to find answers. Not to say that he didn't want to see his mom, but he doesn't know his mom. So he wants to see this person in order to start conversation. But if you grew up without your parent and you made it this far, at a certain point in time, you wouldn't even care, especially not well, what am I trying? Not especially if your parent was sufficient in raising you, and you basically had everything you need, then you probably wouldn't long for the other parent as much as somebody else would. Like if your parent was like a half-ass parent, then you'll probably long for another parent more so. But he says dad took good care of him. He said I just wanted to answer, get some questions answered. But the dude explained that he's a Yukai. The Yukai on that mountain have been hunting Hakumen no Mono for over like what 1,000 years now. And the reason why they couldn't get him, kill him, chop him up, grill him, is because he's being protected by a barrier that was created by some woman. Now, this woman is Ushio's great grandma. And this person lived for 300 years, 400 years, something like that. It's crazy because they said that humans don't live for 1,000 years, but they said that they're 3 generations in. The 3rd generation is Ushio's mom, right? Which means the second is Ushio's grandma, which means the original person is Ushio's great grandma. But if it was 3 and it's been about 1,000 years, that means they all lived for over 300 years. If you divide it evenly, they lived for 340 years. That's long as hell. But the dude, he's a smart Yukai. He reveals that the Hakumen no Monos are 9 tails. That's something to do with Japanese mythology, if I'm not mistaken. That's why you got the 9-tailed fox. It was another the 9 tails on what's it in Pokemon? What's it called? Vulpix or whatever. No, Vulpix got 6 tails. What's it? No, it's called 9 tails. It's some type of mythology. I'm not too familiar with it, but that's where they come from. But this thing does not look like the fox from Naruto. It looks like it's got a bird head with it looks somewhat like a fox body, but the head looks like the head of like a bird or something like that without a beak. I don't know. It looks like it's a cat or something. I'm not sure. But he's smart, and he says instead of keep trying to plot revenge, getting mad and things of that nature, he says, how about we do some research and figure out what the fuck we dealing with? He basically he's pulling a Donald Trump. We gotta keep all Muslims out the country till we figure out what we're dealing with. Or instead of trying to kill everybody, let's figure out what we're dealing with first. He finds out that the dude with the big nose was the old guy that he saved earlier, that he really didn't save, but he thought he saved. I knew once we got to that point, I knew it was him. Once they opened the door, and I knew it was him because I knew that the old head was Yukai, but he was pretty strong, yo. You call him Aoski gripped him up and whatnot, knocked him out, almost knocked him out, knocked him up off of him, whatever. But one good thing was Aoski's reputation preceded him. One of the Yukai he saved, they heard about him killing a lot of Yukai, so they were pissed about that. But they found out he saved some too. It wasn't just one he saved a couple. And when she found out about that, and she says when he found out about that and he's living peacefully amongst one of the worst ones, he used to be one of the worst Yukai, they said this dude must be all right. So he had a little bit of trust in them. So that was a good thing. See, people, when you look out for people, sometimes it comes back. The girl looked out. He looked out for her. She looked out for him. So he said that he was going to stop the Yukai from going after him. He said he just wants him to go find out what his mom is doing, because we don't know what the reason is. It might be a good reason, or even if it's a bad reason, if we know the reason, we might be able to take the barrier down. If that's the case, if it's a bad reason, we'll know and we could take the barrier down if he gets enough information, and we could finish this thing off. But anyway, Tora's old pal, he shows back up, and it's on. He turned into Bishop from the movie Juice. He went after Tora. He says, me and you, we ain't crew no more. Basically, like Tora Bishop did in Juice. Now he's ready to kill everybody. That's how it went. And anyway, what the old head said was, you guys are gonna fight. It's gonna be a 1-on-1, and whoever wins get to have it their way. If Tora wins, you got to leave Tora and Ushio alone. Tora won. Now at the beginning of the fight, the dude was putting in pretty good work. Stabbed through Tora and everything. Tora flipped around and turned it on him. A couple fireballs, a couple lightning attacks. That was it. Tora's way stronger than this dude, which makes me think, damn, how strong was the dude how strong was Tora in his prime? How strong was he in his prime? Plus, this dude Hitosuke, Hitaski, he was strong as hell. He was pretty strong. He hit pretty hard. But anyway, he won, and he told the dude not to call him Nagatobi anymore, right? Now, at first, I was thinking that wasn't his real name. He had another name. He had another name called, what was it? Azafuse, right? But that wasn't his real name. That was the name that they gave him in Japan. He didn't want to be called that anymore, right? But he didn't want to be called Nagatobi Maru. Find out that was his real name. But he said that he wants to be called Tora. Now, once we got to that part where he says, I want to be called this, I pretty much figured he was going to say Tora. Because he was saying he changed his life. That's it. Not only that, I guess he likes the name Tora. He might not, because even if the Nagatobi Maru was his real name, who said he liked his name? There's a bunch of people I know don't like their real name. He might have been one of them type of people. But anyway, he said that at the end, they said, what happened to you? Because before you'll kill with ease. He says, well, 500 years of being trapped. Had a little time to think. I think I still think the dude that trapped him played the big role in the way he thinks now. Then also Ushio, and then maybe 500 years probably did help him think. Why wouldn't you think after 500 years? So probably when he got beat by the dude said, well, you're a killer. I could kill you, but I'm just gonna trap you. And if you wasn't killing like this, I'll let you free. And if I'm not mistaken, that's probably got something to do with Ushio's ancestry or whatever. And the dude probably would kill bad Yukai and let the good ones live. And the same thing Ushio was doing. I think that's probably got something to do with it. But let me check the comments. I'm gonna give this episode a 5 out of 5. I thoroughly enjoyed it from beginning to the end. The old head was nice. He was smart. I like how he just didn't say, you know what? Let me just kill Aoski, which doesn't make any sense. He actually said, let's do some research. That was smart. The dude Hitaski, whatever, he was a guy. He was a good Yukai. Well, he wasn't good. I mean, he was like, but actually, I think he is good. I don't think he's evil. I think he's one of the ones that could be they can let live. But he was a good fighter. He was strong. And then when they showed Tora saying that he wanted to be called Tiger Woods, because that's what Tora means in Japanese. It means tiger. When he said that he wanted his name to be Tiger Woods, that set the episode off. And we finally getting ready to find out who's what's going on with Ushio's mom. Okay, going home from work after a long day of throwing. Thanks for the reviews, brother. Don't tell me you throwing. Are you really throwing? Okay, this is the point of the series where shit start getting real. Right. I can already sense it. Damn, I come to the anime review from Ushio Totoro. I hear the name of Freeway Ricky Ross, laughing my ass off. A 13-year-old white kid from Ohio living in the suburbs won't know who that is. The dude knows who Wacky Sama. He knows who Freeway Ricky Ross is. Oh yeah, the dude was it just had me dying laughing. He told this story about some guy he was getting ready to buy some drugs from. If you don't know who Ricky Ross is, the rapper Rick Ross, he got his name from this guy. The dude was a drug lord, and he made like millions of dollars. He's from the West Coast. He got locked up. I think he served 25 years. But anyway, he had a drug deal that went wrong. The guy had a bag of cake mix. He thought it was drugs. And Ricky had a bag of money. He says, "Where's the money?" The dude, Freeway Ricky Ross, he asked him, "Where's the drugs?" He said, "The drugs right here." So he said, "The money's right here." So the dude that was with him, he said, "Come on, man," grabs the bag, gives it to the other dude, takes the bag, gives it to Rick Ross. The dude leaves with the bag. Rick Ross looks at the bag and he says, "This ain't no dope." And they had to go on a high-speed chase in LA for that money. He spent $70,000 on that cake mix. That was funny as hell. I just thought that was funny. I don't know if anybody else heard that story, but that was funny as hell to me. He said, "This ain't no dope." Okay, Mean, who the fuck is in your demographic? Who are you appealing to? I don't know anybody. Most of the people that's probably subscribed to me don't know anything about Freeway Ricky Ross. Okay, Mean, I know you were heavy in that Golden Globe Awards. Your boy Will Smith might have been winning. You know him, right? Golden Globe Awards. What are you talking about? I ain't watched that. I think what you call him, Will Smith should win an Oscar. He damn sure win the Oscar. He damn sure should win the Oscar. You know, because he deserves it after all this work he put in. He got a couple great movies. I mean, even if it's what Ali, he should have got one for. Independence Day, he should have got one for. The original Men in Black, he probably should have got one for it. It's not, that wasn't a guarantee, but he probably could have got one for that one. Definitely Pursuit of Happiness. What else? I Am Legend, he could have got one for. He's got a few he either could have or should have gotten the Oscar for. Wait, Oscar? Oh yeah, Oscar. That's right. I'm getting ready to say Grammy. Grammy, that's for music. Okay, Ushio versus El High. What the hell is that? Ichigo. Ichigo's way stronger. Mean is practicing celibacy. What the hell is celibacy? I ain't practicing no damn celibacy. Kinfo Jason is doing that. Don't ever compare me to him. No, I'm joking. Help me, Mean. I think I'm developing white genophobia. No, you're not. You better not be. Don't trust them whites. I don't trust white people more than I don't trust black people. I don't like it. You gotta base whatever you think of. You gotta base your knowledge of a person based off that person, not by some movie you saw, a magazine you read, the media, none of that stuff. You gotta judge each person individually. Why? Because each person is an individual. Okay. So you said in your other stream that the reason white folks are more sensitive and depressed is basically because their culture. So it's in their blood or privilege. It's not in their blood. It's in everybody's blood if that's the case. But it is in privilege. It's in the privilege of being a middle class person or being an upper class person, and then finally having to deal with a lot of stress that you're not used to. So if you're a black person, you're going to have to deal with that privilege too. I mean, you had to deal with it too. But you won't. But it'd be harder for a black person to have to deal with that type of stuff because they got to go through a lot more than the average person. When you don't have enough stress, like look it up. If you don't have enough stress, that's not healthy. If you have too much stress, that's not healthy either. You got to have a certain amount of stress. Black people usually have too much stress, but too much. I don't know why too much stress doesn't usually lead to suicide. Seems like not enough stress, and then finally having a bunch of stress put on you when you're not used to it usually makes you commit suicide. I don't know. I'm not sure. You got to ask somebody else who got more knowledge in that field. But I mean, that's what the stats say. People who have less stress, who wind up going through some stressful events, usually commit suicide because they're not used to it. It's like a shock. Okay, any more live stream on life shit? Um, yeah, but not just yet. Yeah, man. Everyone wants a regular stream outside of anime and manga. We're gonna do that. Trust me. Okay, just asking, wanted to know thoughts on Saitama versus Goku debate. Saitama, of course. Saitama, the whole point of Saitama's character is he can knock anybody out on one punch, two punch, three punches. A serious punch from him is supposed to kill anybody. It's a comedy series, so it's not based in reality. Y'all keep thinking that it's based in reality where you can use logic on Saitama. No, he got his powers by doing normal workout, a normal workout routine. Think about it. The whole point of his character is he can just beat anybody. That's supposed to be the fun part about it. Anyway, go ahead and leave your comments, like the video, and subscribe, because I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. And you got the power to change that. Peace.